Nene Leakes is criticizing Porsha Williams for supposedly declining to film with her on the Upshaws on Netflix. The former Real Housewives of Atlanta star told her followers in an Instagram story shared on Friday that, of course, she's definitely interested in the Upshaws casting her for a part. But apparently, Nene's big comeback to the mainstream spotlight did not go as planned because Porsha did not want to co-star with her on the show, alongside heavy hitters like Mike Epps and Wanda Sykes. We are not sure why Williams wanted no parts, excuse the pun, in working on the project alongside her former Bravo co-star.
The door is closed! The door is closed!
But Nene does allege that her text messages reaching out to Porsha returned with a boundary.
I text her, and she sent me a text back saying that she's going through her divorce and I didn't reach out to little sis. Are you serious?
Now, Nene said she texted Williams before filming this video and was sent a reply saying she's going through a divorce. And that, and I quote, Nene didn't reach out to little sis.
Girl, my girl.
The entire casting situation took place earlier this week when Nene's management company informed her that the Upshaws were interested in casting her for a part. But the vision centered around having both Nene Leakes and Porsha Williams co-star to reenact their famous on-screen comic chemistry seen whenever the former Bravo colleagues hang out with each other, which has not happened much recently. But as Nene also now reveals, the two of them had double dates a few times, visited each other's houses, and even went on trips in Miami, Dubai, and Las Vegas together. And according to Nene, it doesn't look like Porsha is neither interested in reliving their good old days nor working with her on the Upshaws. And Porsha stood on business because when the time to film for their appearances on the Upshaws, Porsha simply did not show up, forcing production to hit up Cynthia 50 Cent Bailey instead. It's unclear at the moment why Nene and Porsha would have fallen out to the point of fumbling around a decent bag that would have marked a new era in their collective journey. And to fall out to where Nene would expose it all instead of just calling her once close buddy to iron things out. But we are now finding out that Nene didn't reach out to Porsha when Porsha's divorce from Simon Gobedia was announced after 15 months of marriage. And even that scandal with many parts came shortly after Porsha's big return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta had just been announced. The girls had a lot to catch up on, but Nene says she didn't want to pry or look like she was being intrusive or some kind of a monitoring spirit, child.
A disappointing video, but nonetheless, here goes. So earlier this week, I was told by my management company that the Netflix scripted series called The Upshaws were interested in casting me for a part. In Upshaws, it's Mike Epps and Wanda Sykes. Directing this particular episode is Kim Fields. I was excited to do it. It's a comedy. I love comedy. I used to have a comedy show out on the road. Some of you guys know. So comedy is something that I love to do and was really happy to do it. As the talks went on, we agreed upon whatever we agreed upon. I was to fly out to LA on Tuesday. They told me that Porsha Williams Gubadia was also playing in this particular series. She would be side by side with me. Excited. I haven't seen Porsha. We always have a good laugh when we see each other. So I was just like, okay, so me and Porsha are going to kill this part. I get to LA on Tuesday. They tell me to go straight to, to the studios. I need to go into wardrobe. Once I got into wardrobe, I'd chosen to wear like this silver color. They showed me a picture of Porsha. They said Porsha's wearing something similar in color, and maybe I would choose something else because we were gonna be, side by side doing this scene, no problem. I gave them a whole different look. They told me we were gonna be having rehearsal. At rehearsal, I didn't see Porsha. There was a stand-in. We broke for lunch. We came back. We were going to do a whole run-through. I still didn't see Porsha. I'm just waiting to see Porsha, right? I'm excited to see Porsha. I'm like, well, I want to, make that Porsha on set. So me and her could chop it up. So Porsha never came. We wrapped for the evening. I went back to my hotel. When I got to my hotel, production called me and asked me if I had any issues with any housewives because they were going to be recasting the other position. And I was like, oh my God, no, like what? And they were going to recast the position that Porsha was playing. And I was like, what? Why? And they said, do you have any issues with Kim Zolciak, Cynthia Bailey, Marlo Hampton? And I was like, no, like I just saw Kim recently and we talked. I talked to Cynthia Bailey often. I talked to Marlo Hampton often. No, like they ultimately cast Cynthia Bailey and she was flown out to LA on Wednesday. We did the part together. I was later told that Porsha did not show up to work and had said that she did not want to work with me, that we had issues from the past, and she did not want to work with me. Let me take that in for a second. Listen, I am more than disappointed. Porsha and I have double dated a few times, okay? Okay. Simon had a birthday. We were all in Miami together. We hung out for the whole weekend to celebrate Simon's birthday. We all decided one weekend to go to Vegas to see Usher. We all went to Vegas to see Usher, couples. I was in Dubai. Porsha and Simon were in Dubai. We all hung out. Yanni and I have gone to Simon and Porsha's home to hang out, party, drink. My son came over, brought hookahs. We ate African food, had a great time. Of course, Porsha had a wedding, and I'm at her wedding. I've seen Porsha in Atlanta out. We've laughed and talked. I am shocked that Porsha would go to a production company. I am shocked to hear that Porsha would go to a production company and say that she doesn't want to work with me because we've had a lot of issues in the past. What lots of issues that we had in the past. Mind you guys, I haven't been a housewife in over 4.5 years, okay? Besides that, as black women, okay, when you call a black woman angry, difficult, we've got problems, I can't work with them on set, that is a death trap for a black woman in the industry. We don't have any issues that we can't work together. We are professionals. We get on set and we work together and do what we got to do. Your issues in the past, if you had to pick a housewife, it certainly wouldn't be with me. It would have been with Kenya. It would have been with Candy. Those were your major issues. We've had petty things. We're on a reality show. So we obviously are going to have some sort of issues, but we've not had anything where we could not work together. I'm sad and disappointed that Porsha would go to any company and say that she's had issues with me and we cannot work together. That is a lie. I text her. So it's not like I'm doing this video, I didn't text her. I text her. And she sent me a text back saying that she's going through her divorce and I didn't reach out to little sis. Are you serious? You and your husband were just happy and smiling in Dubai. I thought you guys were having a fight and maybe you guys are going to get back together. I don't know what y'all personal business are. I don't want to be nosy, okay? I don't want to invade your privacy. Maybe you need some time. I don't know what you need. I was happy to see her and talk to her and chop it up then. I don't want to pry. Yes, Yanni and Simon are hanging out together, but that has nothing to do with me. I'm not hanging out with Simon. Yanni's hanging out with Simon. I can't change this relationship with that man. I wouldn't let him change my relationship with Porsha. It's disappointing. It's very disappointing that you would do that. It's very disappointing. And people need to stop. They need to stop doing that. That's not right. When Porsha and I were on Housewives together, she was divorcing her first husband, and I fought for Porsha to stay on the show. I went to production and talked to whoever I needed to talk to at Bravo to just put my 2 cents in that I felt like she should stay on the show. when she drugged Kenya off that couch, she was saying all kind of things. I got down on my knees and put my hand over her mouth so that she wouldn't dig herself into a bigger hole than she was already in. The bottom line is Porsha did not want to share the spotlight. That's it. And professionals can share the spotlight. Porsha is not a star. She is a Bravolebrity. Be clear.
Okay. Uh-huh. Now, this wouldn't have been the first time Nene starred in a mainstream comedy show. Back in 2012 and 2013, Nene was cast as Rocky Road, Ryan's production assistant on Ryan Murphy's The New Normal. Now, this was right around the time when Nene's Hollywood career was taking off in a big way because she was making frequent cameo appearances as Rose Washington on comedy musical Glee between 2012 and 2015 for a total of 22 episodes with the popular show. Nene was untouchable back then, and it was clear that her relationship and connections were expanding in Hollywood. And by the way, she actually is a solid actress with impeccable comic timing. So it was kind of sad to see her acting career fizzle out back when it did. Now, it's funny that Nene is now saying that Porsha is not a star and a mere Bravolebrity, because back when they worked together, Nene recalled calling around production to protect Porsha and rally for her to be kept on the show after she assaulted Kenya Moore. Hey. And while Nene and Porsha had their ups and downs on the show, as with most of the friendships in real life and on these reality shows, for the most part, they had a good connection, and even in their lowest moments as a pair, they had always at least been friendly with each other. They seemed so close to when Nene was invited with her +1 at Porsha's lavish wedding to Simon Guobadia, which was as recent as December 2022. As well that since then, things seemed to have eased up between them to where Nene could not be on the other line of the phone talking to her friend through a difficult time. But a lot has happened since they both left RHOA. First, with Nene announcing in December 2020, after 12 years with the show, as its most iconic and most recognizable face. At the time, we found out that she decided to leave the show after contract negotiations didn't go as well as hoped. Porsha left the show after being a main cast member since the show's 5th season in 2012. Her decision to leave the show came shortly after her engagement to Simon Guobadia, which stirred controversy due to the circumstances surrounding their relationship. But while Porsha is back on RHOA for its 16th season, Nene's relationship with the network continues to be strained. And it's unsurprising because in 2020, Nene famously filed a lawsuit against Bravo and the production company True Entertainment, which produces The Real Housewives of Atlanta. The lawsuit alleged racial discrimination and retaliation. Nene claimed that she was treated unfairly by the network and the production company, and they had fostered a hostile work environment. She accused Bravo and True Entertainment of not addressing her concerns about racism and discrimination, and she also claimed that they retaliated against her for speaking out. And while both parties ended up reaching a settlement, Nene's relationship with Bravo has remained on ice. And for this reason, some people wonder if Porsha's refusal to film with Nene came from the higher-ups at Bravo. See, and one thing about Porsha, she won't fumble a bag. Okay, so now exactly what is going on with the girls? We dive deep next. Spill in the comments, hit the like button, and subscribe to this channel. I promise we have some fun content in here. Welcome back to the Quench channel, and welcome back to the big spiteful fallouts amongst the big hitters in the Bravo world. It appears Nene Leakes and Porsha Williams aren't hanging out anymore. And not only that, they aren't able to reconcile some differences to where they aren't able to work together on a mutual project anymore. And now, Nene is reading Porsha for filth, and she's saying Porsha is not a star. Now, that's hella funny because Porsha has now joined the ever-growing list of housewives who aren't stars in Nene's eyes.
Okay, 2 stars, Robin and Giselle. I think they're stars.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay then.
I think it's a little sad that Nene, an actual pop culture icon who made Bravo so much money, would still be having these bitter takes on her former co-stars, because while she once had a big moment with RHOA and with mainstream Hollywood, her own popularity has kind of plummeted a little bit over the years. And I think a lot of that might have something to do with her suing Bravo, because the machine doesn't want to be challenged at that level by any of its talent. So she really might be blackballed, but now that she's doing reunions on the Zeus network, her pull with naming who's a star and who isn't has lost its grip. We are keeping eyes on that too. What do you guys think? Will Nene and Porsha kiss and make up? Will Nene and Bravo get back to a better place? Find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Remember to clap back in the comments, share this video and subscribe for more. Until next time, bye.